Hello, everyone. In this lesson, let's deal with error handling in forms. When can an error occur in a form? Well, it could be a logical error on the server, or maybe the server isn't working, or there's some validation that the front end can't handle. And this is the case I propose to address in this lesson. What could it be for us? We're using nicknames in the URL, so we can't allow people to create ideas with nicknames that already exist in our system. So let's place this check on the back end, because initially we can't verify this on the front end, let's say. So we'll be checking this on the server. First, let's add the logic to our server to check the uniqueness of the idea's nickname. So we go into road create idea. Okay, we need to delete this. It's junk. All right, and call a check if ideas.find. Idea nick equals input, nick, right? If suddenly this happens and we find such an idea, then we throw an error. An idea with such a nickname will already exist. Okay, save it, right. And now let's handle this error correctly in our form. Well, we'll do it similarly, but now it will be a submitting error and the set submitting error function. Use state initially. Let's have it be, well, no error, but theoretically it could be a string. So we will explicitly specify that here we have not only null, but also string could be. If we didn't specify this, now we've specified that submitting error is string or null. If we hadn't provided additional types, it would take the type based on the default value. And it would always be exclusively null, but this doesn't suit us. We need it like this. Good. And now we process this in the form. For this, there is a try-catch construct. We wrap all our code in a try. And if there happens to be an error, actually, an error can occur anywhere here, but we expect it essentially from this line. Catch, error. So, in the situation where an error suddenly occurred, we need to set submitting error. And that's how an error is structured. So they usually have a message field. And it complains to us that we haven't assigned a type to the error because it doesn't know what type the error might be since, as I said, it can originate from practically any line. In such situations, we can safely pass it as any. We'll later figure out what other options there are. You can set it to unknown and define types at each individual error handling point. But that will be in another lesson, okay? For now, this will do. And accordingly, if this error exists, meaning it's not null but some string, we need to display this message. And we'll display here. So if there's a submitting error, as long as it's a string, I prefer converting it to a Boolean value. So it's in red color, and the string itself, if it exists. All right, let's see how this works. All right, here's our idea. Well, let's make some unique values. And creating idea. All done. Idea successfully created. And our fields all cleared. We have to do everything again. Let's look at all ideas. So we have this kind of idea with this nickname. Let's try creating another one with this nickname. Creating idea A, it says such an idea already exists. We change our nickname. Sending the idea. And the idea is created. As we can see, this idea error has been saved. Ideally, we should also handle this and clear the error. Let's add this as well. If there is an error thrown from the backend, well, let's clear it with a timeout. Submitting error. Well, we weren't allowed false because we don't have that type. We need to have a string or null. Uh-huh. Well, let's try again. And we already have this idea. Uh-huh. Okay. Create idea. Yes. This error disappears in 3 seconds. Just what we need. Added value. Idea created. And everything works. For now, we are finishing improving our form, but later we'll return and enhance it a little more. All right. Thank you. Let's move on.